Hello and welcome to another edition of Danny Dog Poker. We look down at a lovely hand, Ace King suited. We make it £3 and we get raised to £9 from Ethan in the big blind. Now Ethan is a nice young man, good to play with, huge fan of the vlog, and yeah, so he makes it £9. We just call because, let's face it, Ace King is not a great hand, as we discovered on the last vlog where we lost way too often with it. So we just make the call, hoping to see a pretty favourable flop, which you'll see in a second. But first of all, here's a quick picture of Ethan. Unfortunately not Rampage Poker. He's like a wish Rampage Poker. But we see a pretty favourable flop. It's king high flop with a backdoor flush draw. He checks, and at this point I've got him on queens, jacks, or pocket tens. He checks again, which tells me he doesn't have tens, and I think he's probably got jacks or queens. $21?
No, it's the 20. He said he can't play 1-1. He's 25 plus. He said as well, especially if it's pushed down, he's going to.
Well, you got jacks or queens?
Yeah.
So jacks or queens?
One of them.
Thought so. You might hit your gut shot.
No, no,
Or I might have one of your outs.
If I'm behind, I got outs, that's the problem.
I'll check back the river. If you call, I'll check back the river.
Huh?
If you call, I'll check back the river.
Yeah, I got it. What was it?
21.
Oh, I heard that. Check. And jacks.
So Ethan announced these jacks, and we take down the £61 pot. So the next hand is a fun one. There's a raise from middle position. We make it £9 with 6-7 of clubs, and yeah, we go heads up to a flop, which is good. Gives us open-ended with a backdoor flush draw. We c-bet to the tune of £11. Now our opponent is an interesting one. He quickly makes the call, but he's a guy I've played before, and he's floated a flop. He's sensed weakness on the turn, I think, when I've checked, and he rivered his king with king jack, and he just checked it to me. And I asked him why he floated, and he told me because he had every intention of bluffing. So with this in mind, I'm tempted when I turn the straight just to check it to him and let him bluff. However, I think I've got to get some value from this opponent. There's still a lot of draws out there. If he's got jack, king, ace jack, jack 9, any jack basically, I've got a charge. Even like ace queen now picks up a gut shot, so I'm not going to let him get there for cheap. So I bet £35 and he makes the call. So yeah, the river is a king of diamonds, and I'm not really scared of the king of diamonds at this point. I think if he did have jack queen, he's betting the turn, he's raising the turn rather. So the king doesn't really change things too much, apart from if he did have king queen with a gut shot, he might have suddenly rivered his top pair. He might think he's good, so it might be good for me. He basically leads out, he goes all in on the river for £65. So I've just got to decide. I do tank for a while actually, because I think, does he have 7 jack? Does he ever just call my turn bet with jack queen? I don't think I'm good enough to fold this. We come this far, we've put enough money in the pot already, and we make the call. I think we're chopping. I think he might have pocket 7s or 7x, so I just call with the £65, and he very proudly turns over 6-8 of diamonds for the bluff. So fair play to him. Nice hand. So unfortunately we just capture the river here, where we river the second nut flush with queen 10 of clubs. He had bet pre-flop, he'd bet the flop. We just called him each time, and then he bets £80 on the river, and we raise to £200. So a massive pot. He's a very active player. He turns over a king, and we take it down. So I think it's around about a £600 pot, one of the biggest pots I've ever won actually. So nice hand. This one up, we raise pocket kings to £7. Mitchell, huge fan of the vlog, he makes it £21, and Ethan makes the call. Now Mitchell knows that I like to 4-bet light. Last time he caught me with ace queen when he had queens. With that in mind, I make it £70. Mitchell does in fact find the fold on this occasion. Watch him fold.
I'm one card away from snap calling.
The snap call opportunity is gone now. It's passed.
Yeah,
It would just be a call at this stage. It would not be a snap call at this stage. Do not adjust your sets. You're probably wondering why I'm in a £36 pot with 9 deuce. It's because we're up against our maniac friend who called us off with just a king in a £600 pot when we were over to flush. Just wanted to get involved with him with some garbage, and we did, but we flopped well. We flop top pair with a flush draw, so we're not really going anywhere. I think somebody bets the flop, we just call. Ethan raises, our maniac friend over there, he just calls, and we shove all in basically. For our final, I think it's around about the £150 to £200 mark. I don't think we can have a full top pair with a flush draw here. Actually hoping that he has a flush draw himself, or an overpair, in which case we're probably in good shape either way. So yeah, we go all in for 100 our last 150. It's a big pot, like I say. There's a couple of other collars in the pot that you can't see already, so it is a big juicy pot. So let's go ahead to the run out and see if we can make our flush. Now, I'm not one to slow roll, and I quickly announce flush on the turn when I do in fact make my flush. However, the spade then comes on the river, and our opponent very slowly, despite nodding, turns over jack 4 of spades. So he actually turned us dead pretty much. So nice hand. As you can see from the graphics, we were the sort of 60% favourite. He was 40% underdog, so I don't really mind my shove on the flop. Just got unlucky. So 3 days later, back at the same venue. Was looking to play the tournament, but I had to be somewhere at 10:30, so I could only play a bit of cash. So it's a 1-2 game this time. Basically we raised to this is £5 straddle. We make it £15. Our maniac friend, who flush over flushed us in the previous hand on Monday there, he makes it £50 to go. And then we get a collar on the button. So I obviously shove all in for my £180 stack. Haven't bought in for 200. Both players call. We're up against our maniac friend's got ace 10, and the other caller had ace king. And our kings hold, and we take down a nice £565 pot. So this was actually on a shorts video that I posted, which has already reached over 2,500 views, which is just incredible in 2 weeks. So it's crazy how many views it's had already. So I do appreciate you guys that are watching, subscribing, liking, building the channel, because I want to do more of these. I want to step up. I'd love to play more 1-2 games. I'd love to play 2-5. I want to play different venues. So yeah, I really appreciate all the views and all the support I'm getting. It's very much appreciated. So yeah, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. I'll see you next time.